Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kisha. You can find out more about me on my blog and on my Instagram page. Those are linked below in the description box. So, I thought I would get on here and give you guys like a serious kind of update. I don't really want to talk about it a lot, but I feel I need to get it out there, get it cleared, explain, maybe give an update here and there, but not much. So tonight, Ryan was escorted out of our home by the police for a 2-year restraining order. It's very hard to talk about this because it's such a sensitive issue, and I'm not all teary-eyed. I don't think I have any tears left for him. We had a decent weekend, and we had a decent Sunday, up to a point. Brian and I were getting along on Sunday fine until about 7 p.m. He passed out, and as you guys know, he drinks a lot of beer. He passed out. Brittany had just gotten off work, and I actually said, you know, be quiet, Ryan's asleep. I was in the back of the house cooking and hanging laundry outside and cleaning the sun porch, taking care of the cat. And she came in. We cooked a wonderful dinner. It was so good. I think I might have recorded some of it, and maybe I can put that in a vlog, but it seems so weird now because it was such a bad night. I don't even know if I want to share it. But we cooked this meal together, Brittany and I. And Ryan woke up. He ate dinner. He seemed fine. And then he wanted to know where his cigarettes were. I had no idea where his damn cigarettes were. And he finally got one, like a butt. And he lit it up in here, and I don't like him smoking in the house. Obviously we have a baby, and I did catch him earlier in the day smoking around him, so I was, you know, a little, I don't know, a little frustrated over that, but I didn't say anything. I just took AJ to a different room. But he woke up, had dinner, wanted a cigarette, couldn't find his pack of cigarettes, and he found a butt. And I don't know exactly what happened because it happened so freaking fast. Brittany was sitting on the couch beside me. I was sitting here. Ryan was sitting here, and I was like, I said something, I think, to the effect of don't talk to me that way, because he was being like really rude. And he cussed at me really bad in front of Brittany. And then I think I tried to get up, but what ended up happening, I hate even saying this, he grabbed me by the top of my hair, lifted me up off the couch, and ended up burning me on the top of my foot with a cigarette. And it hurt all freaking night. Brittany ran out and called 911. When he lifted me up, I scratched him in 2 spots on his chest because I was just trying to get away, like he was dragging me. And when the police came, they basically said, if we take him to jail, we have to take you to jail. And we can't make him leave because he is a person on the lease at this house. His mail comes here. I'm sorry, I've had a very rough day. I know I look terrible. So from that point, he remained in the house. And, you know, I don't really want to burden my family. Well, my friends, really. I don't really have hardly any family here. And really, throughout the night, it got worse. And the police ended up coming 4 times to my house last night. And, you know, Brittany made me call my landlord because, if you don't know, I rent this house. And we had a long talk with him. And he was willing to try to get Ryan evicted, but it would take 30 days. And every single thing in the house is mine, with the exception of one TV and this coffee table, I guess. I mean, he wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for me, but he paid for it. And it was at a yard sale, so it was like $10. And if I leave the house without getting my stuff, he would destroy it. He's already destroyed so much. And obviously, if I stay, it's a danger to me and the kids. And Brittany just had like a real come to Jesus meeting with me. And it's odd sometimes how a 17-year-old's perspective can really like open your eyes. And, you know, I only want Brittany to be happy and safe. And I don't want her putting up with a man like what I've been dealing with. And I feel partly responsible because I asked for it. I invited him back into my life. I had a baby with him. And that was all stuff I wanted. I wanted it to get better. And I believe, like so many, if I just did better, if I just worked hard at work and made a good paycheck and kept the house clean and cooked dinner, and I'm the primary caretaker of AJ. He doesn't do that much with him. I thought that it would make things better, and it didn't. One of the things he did last night is he threw away a lot of AJ's food. And it's not really just AJ's food, but it's stuff that he particularly likes, you know, that he's the main person eating. I noticed that he was out of beer, and I had like this light bulb moment because I had a bottle of wine in the refrigerator that wasn't even opened from 4th of July. You guys know I hardly ever drink. So I wanted to go in there and get that bottle of wine real quick and get it hid. It just hadn't dawned on me sooner. And when I went in there, I grabbed the wine bottle out of the refrigerator and I went to put it in the trash can. And I saw grapes that I just bought, that food haul that, well, I haven't shared it. I have a food haul recorded that I was going to share in a vlog. But grapes, bananas, what else was in there? His strawberries, his lunch meat that he primarily eats, hot dogs that AJ primarily eats, and his juice were all in the top of the freaking trash can. And I was so enraged by that. Thankfully, the strawberries were still in their container. The grapes are mostly in the bag, so I got them out. Got the strawberries out. I rinsed all the grapes. Got the bananas. They were fine. Got the lunch meat and the hot dogs. Everything was kind of on top. And I hadn't really fought back all night. And I went in to the bedroom where he was at and just about ready to pass out. I shouldn't have said anything, but I'm like, what is wrong with you? And he acted puzzled, like he didn't know what he had done. And like in that moment I realized he probably won't remember half the shit he did. Which I don't know what he remembers or what he don't remember, but it proceeded and proceeded and proceeded. He disabled my car when we tried to get away. He took the fuse out. I didn't even know you could disable a car like that. And I had to call the police again, and before they got here, he put it back in. I had to hide my laptop. I had to hide my camera. I had to hide my purse. I had to hide my keys. He kept locking me out last night and Brittany, but we have a spare key, and so it's not like that's really going to keep us out. But he was doing that. He also took out the light bulb, so he had no light in the house. AJ went to bed at 7, and that's about the time he woke up. Thank God. You know, he's threatened to leave with him. He's threatened to take me to court and try to get him, even though he can't stay sober for longer than 24 hours. I ain't never seen him sober that long. It's just been too much. And this morning, I called into my job, and I went to Walgreens and printed out a bunch of pictures. And then they don't have a printer here at home right now. Well, at least one's working. I have one, but I need ink. And I went to the library and printed out more pictures. And I don't want this to keep making sound. And then I went and got the paperwork, brought it home. I mean, I took AJ to daycare, by the way, at 7:30. And then I came home and I filled out the paperwork, and I explained every single situation that I could remember. And after I turned it in, I remembered even more. And the restraining order was granted for 2 years. We have a hearing on August 15th, and I'll be there no matter what. And I will do my best to keep that restraining order. I'm not sure how it's going to work with AJ. I don't know. I feel like I need to file for child support, but I don't want him getting him. I only want supervised visitation. I'm not sure if I'll get it. It's a weird county here, and I've seen some very strange things happen in court, and I really don't even like to involve the courts, but I felt like he would hurt the kids just to hurt me. I felt like I obviously am in danger with him, but, you know, the teenagers and AJ, I think, are in just as much danger, because I think he would do something to them to hurt me. I think he's just in that place. So, in the afternoon, after the restraining order was granted, I came home and hung out with Abigail, and I brought AJ home from daycare and put him back to his nap. Thank God this baby sleeps. And I waited for the police. I called them when Ryan walked in the door, nonchalant, like he hadn't done anything, like he could just sit here and continue to drink tonight so he could abuse us later when he got, really drunk, and belittle us and humiliate us and degrade us. And, I have good kids that don't need to see this. It's just as simple as that. And I waited for the police to get here. They got here. He got a little argumentative, but he ultimately was escorted out, and he is gone. I haven't talked to him at all since this morning when he got up and went to work, and I was still here. And I didn't talk to him all day. He also kept turning up the TV, trying to wake up AJ last night. He was screaming back there by his door. I don't know how the baby didn't wake up, but he didn't. And the police that came on the fourth time, all the police were really nice, but there was one particular one. He had a big mustache, and he set me straight. He did, in a very respectful, kind, understanding way. And he told me exactly what to do, what to put in the restraining order, what papers to print out, all of it. He, for real, got my head straight with Brittany, and I did it. I'm not going back. It's done. And when Ryan was taken out of the house, I had Abigail here, Laura here, and my cousin Kimmy here. And I wanted him to feel the female presence, the female support, the love that we have as a group for each other, and how we're there to help and protect and love each other. And I wanted him to feel their presence while he's being escorted out of the house, because we are strong people. We are smart, intelligent women who have made some stupid ass mistakes, Laura included, when it comes to men. And I don't know if I'll ever have a man full-time in my house again. I can't see that happening. But from this point forward, I'm going to work. taking my baby to daycare like I always do, trying to get my house cleaned up a little bit better, and focus on making money, figuring out how I'm going to get all the bills paid, and do my best to move on into a happy, healthy life that my children and I deserve. And, you know, I could give all kinds of tips on what not to do. It's so easy. And I will maybe talk more about that. It's so easy to talk about it. It's harder to do it. And it's harder to wonder, how am I going to do this? Where's the money coming from? What happens if my car don't start in the morning? Who's going to help me? What do I do if something happens? Well, I have my mom. She's in Texas. I have the girls, Abby, Brittany, Laura. I have my ex-husband, who's pretty supportive. I have Jackson. And I'm going to focus on our family. And I don't know what will come of the hearing. I don't want the EPO lifted. He's done enough damage. So, my mom is blowing up my phone. I have a bad tire, and I think they're going to help get me one. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm sorry about this video, you guys. I am disappointed in myself for allowing my children to be around such losers. And I never thought Scott was a loser until the end. And I believe in my heart that he did some horrific shit. And I never really imagined Ryan's continuing to act the way he does. But it hasn't stopped, so I gotta figure out what to do. So thank you for listening to me. You know, I hope you take something from my tragic story that I'm sharing with you, because you shouldn't wait, and you shouldn't. Like, the minute he grabbed Brittany's wrist, I should have been out. But I should have been out long before that. He has dumped beer on me numerous times. He has called me every name in the book. I've talked to different family members and people that have had to deal with him, and they all pretty much say the same thing. He is angry, and he's angry basically, I think, at his own existence. I'm not sure. But I'm going to do better, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to try to get back on my feet, and I feel really good about him being gone. Is that terrible? I hope not. I feel at peace. I know that piece of paper can't save me. I don't really have, like, any weapons in the house, but one of my girlfriends said take a knife back to the bed with you and make sure all the doors and windows are locked, and I have. This patios are all closed and locked, and the windows are locked. And if he comes here, he goes to jail. So it is what it is. And it kind of makes me sad, because I want more for AJ. I want him to be a better father for him. It's probably not going to happen. So he'd have to give up drinking, and that would require him realizing he had a problem, and we are just not there. So I will keep you updated about the hearing. You can leave your comments below. If they're nasty, I'm deleting and blocking. I really don't need negativity right now. We all just need to support each other, and if you know somebody going through a hard time, try to help them, because it's made a huge difference in my life tonight, and it's going to change things. So I love you. Get subscribed if you're new here. Sorry about the depressing video. I promise there'll be more happy ones in the future. Good night.